Okay, so yesterday I was originally planning on streaming some Crusader Kings 2, but that didn't really happen. I mean, by the time I got back, it was like 8 p.m. or something like that, and then I had some other stuff to do. So pretty much by the time I could have started, it was like past 9. So I kind of figured, nah. But my car. But still, of course, one interesting thing was my car on a 150-mile trip managed to get 55.9 miles per gallon, which is really cool. And there's actually one point where it was like 45 minutes of driving where I went like 24 miles, and I got 76 miles per gallon during that period. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I drove like almost an hour, and I only burned a third of a gallon of gas. So that's... That's pretty impressive, yeah. I mean, yes, modern hybrids are way better than older ones. And especially if you don't have a Prius. But okay, so tonight I'm gonna pick up where I left off, and with creating a basic definition for... Well, the first one I'm going to be doing is a definition for TRS-80 Model 1 Basic. Well, but not just Model 1 Basic. Okay. It's actually not just TRS-80 Model 1, it's actually TRS-80 Model 1 Level 1. Which was the original version of Basic on the TRS-80. The TRS-80 L1. TRS-80 Level 1 Basic. Of course, now with TRS-80 Level 1 Basic, there isn't any file support for it at all, so I'm just going to move the stuff that would deal with with files, putting it in as a file. And right now the line length for TRS-80 Level 1 Basic is 70. Now I can combine lines, and I can crunch everything. Print is question equals false. Unlike most, it doesn't actually allow for doing print as a question mark. And the numbering must start with 1. And it also needs to be lowercase if you're going to paste. And then there's this abbreviate, right? So with this, I'm going to use what's an abbreviation dictionary. Okay? Because TRS-80 Level 1 Basic... Well, let's see. New file. Okay, so I've already made up some abbreviations here, right? Okay. So for instance, print equals p dot, end is e dot, then is t dot, etc. GoSub is GOS dot. So yeah, you can shorten basic programs at TRS-80 Level 1 Basic with abbreviations. You know, now the whole point of this of Basic Wrangler is to ensure that you can just write the program in Basic. Right, the goal is to make it so you just write a program in Basic and then let the actual main program deal with that. Right, so you don't even have to think about all the various abbreviations and stuff, right? Okay, so here I'm just gonna write up a very quick thing here. Okay, there we go. So yeah, I'm just going to write up a very quick little routine here. Right, with open brief.text, set file, line in file, e value equals line dot split, and I'll split on equals because each of these is split with an equal, is separated by equals. And predict key equals value strip, just to strip off anything there. And then I'll do print abbreviate just so I can confirm that's working. And open, say, TRS 80 level 1 dot, say, ABV for an group, right? Just to sort of differentiate it. Right. As file. And then we just dump that out. Predict file. Okay, now I can just hit run code. Okay, so there we go. Right, right now we have a JSON object that can be imported into the main program. Right, so in terms of importing it, I import JSON. Okay. Where would a good place to put this be? Okay, maybe I'll just put it after populating that. Right. Okay, abbreviate statements if needed. Okay. Oh, that's true. Also, I should just from pathlib import path, so I can actually deal with this problem. So I can. Okay. So I need to get the script directory. Okay, there. Path file and dot resolve and dot parent. Right. That will set up. That should give me the path to script directory. I'll do say relative path equals, or not basic type, and dot adv. Okay, and then brief path equals path dot join path script directory and relative path. Alright, so open brief path as brief file, and brief dict equals JSON.load of brief file. Okay, now I can key and sorted predict. Okay, sort this by length of the key in descending order. Or index line in enumerate working file. Okay, and then say working file index equals re.sub, say e key plus re quotes predict key line. Yeah, okay, I think, yeah, that should. Okay, so I think that. Okay, let's just see how this works, right? TRS-80 level 1. It's not fast. And okay, so there we go. Yeah, everything is now. That's sense. Line 34. Yeah. Okay. Too long, but that's okay. So yeah. Okay. So that. So yes, this looks pretty good actually. Okay. Now let's try. Alright, TRS-80 1 test dash data. Of course. And okay, that's oh, okay, there we go. Well, that's true. Yes. Now it's no longer if data in line. Now it's if d dot in line. So I need to add an extra line in here. If d dot. Okay, there we go. So yeah, that. Okay, that works. So okay, so let's just say added TRS-80 level 1 def added abbreviation feature. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's just try TRS 80L1. Okay, so now I can just government set the path TRS 80L. TRS 80. Okay, now just go to this. No, wait. Wrong one. Mm-hmm. Okay, and so now I've got this set up. Okay, yeah, this should pay. This should. Okay, that should work. Okay. Okay, so now I should be able to paste, and so now this should paste in. Okay, and so now I should be able to just copy and paste this in. Okay, 15871. Now, just gotta make sure I've copied that. Paste. But yeah, now it should. And now everything, and now it should. Okay, so this one. So now it's auto-magically set up to crunch, combine, and abbreviate for this. So yeah, pretty good if I say so myself. Hmm. Yeah, I mean, pretty much every other basic preprocessor. I haven't seen. Yeah, I have never seen any other basic preprocessor that lets you do this. I mean, if you really want to do this, you either have to basic. Pretty much, you'd have to go through and maybe remove the spaces manually, or go through and abbreviate everything correctly. Um, but yeah, but so yeah, this is. Yes, okay, yeah. And of course, this is where it's a little boring because I have to wait for it to paste in because I haven't actually started coming up with, well, versions that are meant to actually. Well, of course, with this one, again, you can't. This thing only knows about cassette tapes, so pretty much you have to paste it in with this, unfortunately. But of course, most people don't use level 1 basic anyway. I mean, it's one of those things where, yeah, I mean, somebody might write something in level 1 basic, but that's only going to be. But that would essentially be more as a. But yeah, that would. The only reason to write something in level 1 basic is more as a challenge, really. But even then, though, yeah, I mean, this level 1 basic is one of the reasons why this program only actually has like 26 numerical variables. So yeah, but for the most part, yeah, I think that's basically that's I think essentially that's like most of the really major coding done now. I mean, there's a few other little things I think I'm gonna have to do. Yeah, there's a few other small things I'll need to do in terms of coding, but for the most part, yeah, it's just but mostly at this point, yeah, it's just filling out the basic definitions. Stream health, excellent. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully some hope, but with luck I should be able to finish this thing this week and actually get it released. Yeah, I don't know if I can do. Probably I doubt I'll get this done tonight. I may not even get it done tomorrow night, but I may not even get it done tomorrow night. Maybe Tuesday or when. Hopefully by Tuesday or Wednesday I'll be done with this thing. I can actually properly release it. Um, Unless something comes up, but you never know. I mean, actually, actually, I don't even want to think about that right now. Actually, no, I really don't want to think about that right now. And I get a sneaking suspicion I may be. There's at least a slim chance I might get busy. Well, greater than slim chance, really. We'll see. We shall see. Okay, so there we go with that. Print mem 12849 3022. Oh wow, okay. So yeah, that saved 38% over what the original size of that thing was. Okay, so insert cassette tape. Then level 1 chord and save it. Kind of glad no one's watching this right now because this is the really bored. This whole process right now is rather boring. And honestly, it's just pasting, 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 pasting. Lots and lots of pasting stuff. But yes, it's tape counter is slowly ticking up. But yeah, this is. But overall, yeah, this process will be a little quicker, I think, than the original process of doing this, of making the initial set of stuff, because. Well, yeah. Just because of the fact this is, you know, is somewhat. Well, in all honesty, everything is going to be everything, without all the just without the rem statements, everything's going to take less time to paste in. So okay, so remove tape, run, enter number, say 12, 1, attack. Attack soldier 2. Magic, lightning, soldier 1. Attack. Okay. Magic, cure. Okay, so yeah, that looks like it works. Well, actually, it should work. Okay, so now, okay, so now I can just set up a definition. Okay, so now I'm going to set up a definition for, alright, TRS-80, TRS-80, level L2 for level 2. TRS-80, level 2 basic. And maximum pace, I think, is 241. Okay. And combine is true. Crunch equals 1. Current question is true. Case should be invert. Invert the case. And yeah, that should be it. That. Oh, yes. Okay, and then elif, say, base format and basic def stuff case is invert final file equals final file dot swap case. Yeah, for whatever reason, you have to invert the case when you're pasting into the simulator. But yeah. Okay. Added TRS-80 2 def. Level 2. 2. Okay, well, that's an issue. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, that's true, yes. Abbreviate statements if needed. I'm not checking to see if it's needed, is it? Okay, if basic defs dot abbreviate. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that should. Let's abbreviate. Only work when needed. Okay. I can just check this. And yeah, as you can. So yeah, as you can see, everything's a lot bigger overall. But yeah, I mean, because of how long it is, you can go to 213. Alright, so copy that. Okay. Okay, now I switch to level 2 basic. $48,340. Okay. Paste. Yeah, even though there may be actually, that's true. I need to take a look at this. There may be some. This I'm not sure how well this thing is going to be able to deal with some of these lines. Unfortunately, I mean I know some of these lines are probably going to be really difficult for it to process. Mm-hmm. Okay. So, say one. Yeah. So yes, it would. That line was so long it basically couldn't process it correctly. And that's the problem though too. Some of these lines do end up being extremely long. And then it has issues processing them. So yeah, I have to kind of watch this. I have to watch this like a hawk. Yeah, even though it is interesting to see where it looks it's cap. Both of them are capitals, but actually one of those is in on the Model 3 will actually be small characters. Be small characters. So yeah. I mean, again, that's why I do invert. That's why I do invert case with this. But even then, I don't think it's really an issue. I don't think that's I'm gonna need to do. I shouldn't need to do that with other stuff. But yeah, or when it's when it's a file format, when it's formatted for files, I shouldn't have to do that. Oh wait, 444. Okay, 444. Yeah, that's the problem though. Yeah, that again cut off. So that killed like 2 lines. 50 line 50. Again, yes, I have to track each line that the tokenizer screws up. So yeah, I'll have to repaste a few of these lines, but whatever. Okay, 74, line 74. But still not too much longer with this. I know. See, this is. Yeah. I remember back when I was in high school, I had this. Like, I knew I had learned Pascal. I had this one idea for something a program I wanted to write. And which, and actually, again, at the time, probably if I would have known about Python, maybe I would have written the program in Python. Of course, in the end, it turned out I used the program I would have written, I used so little that I realized I could just do whatever it was like just with a hex editor, basically. Okay. So now I just go through and repaste some of these things back in. Four and one. Four and one. List. Okay. Print mem 45 397 2943. So 35% smaller. But even then, I think most of the difference in size here is because of the fact that, and I think most of the size difference here is due to the fact that the REM state is more due to the fact that REM statements have been removed, but still. Yeah, I mean that's the thing though. Yeah, it strips out all your it strips out anything. Technically, instead of REM statements, you use apostrophes for comments. If you want an actual REM statement, you just type in REM. You have REM, but that's more for. There are reasons to have it use REM, but yeah. Okay, so eject that and system slash 12345 to bring up the stringy floppy. Stringy.esf. Make a 5-foot wafer. At new. So yeah, that's the cool thing though too. Before I think I was using before I was using a 10-foot wafer, but this is small enough now that I can use a 4-foot wafer. Alright, so that's good. Magic, lightning, magic cure. No. Items, potion. Okay. Floppy drive. Enable the floppy drive, and now. Okay, so now I can say model1.dsk. Yes. Format. One. Battle test. 10/06/19. Master password, obviously. No, I don't want to lock out any tracks. This is the rather boring part of this. Okay. Actually. Okay, so that's C load. Or actually, no, maybe I shouldn't do C load. That's true. What is that? Command T. C load. I don't remember if last time I did use this loaded off the tape or the string floppy. But yeah, you know, but still, yeah, with Model 1 Disk Basic. You know, with Model 1 Disk Basic, you have to do it in a bit of a special way. You have to do like Command T, then you do C load, then you Command R. Because it basically has to like turn off the system timer or something before you can load from tape. And then you have to turn, but then you also need to re-enable it if you want to actually. Then you have to re-enable the system timer to save. CMD list. Of course, actually, would have been. I mean, again, the whole point is, would have been possible. Okay. Okay. Low speed, memory size. Play. C load. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna try saving this thing. Yes, I'm going to try saving this thing at high speed again. If this does, if this one doesn't work, then I have to assume there's just something screwy. Then I know there's some hideous problem with this emulator. Yeah, I mean, of course, again, this is a weekend apparently where a lot of people are doing some, what is it, Ludum Dare, or whatever, some game jam thing, or weekend long game jam. And again, that's, now, I mean, actually, I suppose it would be kind of fun to. Okay, so what is that? Okay. Poke 16 913, comma 1. Do a list real quick, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, actually, it would be kind of fun to do a game jam with basic, but again, it would actually be kind of fun to do a game jam with, 8-bit basic, but yeah, I mean, and especially again with basic Wrangler, it would make programming it a lot easier. Well, but of course, another interesting thing about that too is the fact, though, that I think with those, you typically just have to, submit it for Windows or something. So yeah, you could do the. Okay, and then this is. Let's see, right. C load. Just want to make sure. Okay, yes, I need to make sure this tape frigging works. Bad, of course. Okay. Well, whatever. Whatever. I guess I'll just have to do that again later on with another emulator. Again. Whatever. Floppy drive enabled. Enter date 10/06. 10/06/19. Time is 19:54. Hello. Model 3.dsk. Yes, create it. Format. 1. Battle test. Password. So yeah. I mean, actually, though, yeah. I mean, I don't know, but again, I mean, of course, the interesting thing is the fact that, too, I mean, I managed to come up with the basic battle test in like a couple of hours, so, yeah, I mean, it actually would be quite, especially with this program, when you don't have to worry about line numbers and everything else, it would make writing a game for a game jam much easier. And, again, I know Free Basic allows for, you can use all sorts of modern Windows stuff, so, yeah, I mean, again, if you're gonna try to write a game with a game jam, writing it in BASIC or Python or something is probably a good idea. Just because, I mean, if you're trying to do a game jam game with Unity, I
not saying you can't do it, but yeah, I mean, a lot of that stuff just ends up taking way too long. I mean, those kind of things, for the most part, you're mainly going. No, you're mainly gonna be trying for, like, again, something that wouldn't be out of place on this. And what is it? The latest game on that Epic Games is giving away for free in an attempt to get people to use their game store is, I mean, the graphics in that game literally look like something you could have on a TRS-80. They are black and white. Okay. How many files? Enter. Poke 16913, comma 0. Insert cassette tape. Play. C load. There we go. Okay. Let's just confirm. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Save. Battle test / bass. Drive 1. Okay, so I'm gonna take a bit of a break right now, so be back in a few minutes. Okay. Okay, so hopefully now I can switch.
Bringing me back out of all that. Okay, so right. Okay, so I had TRS-80 level 2. Now I need to actually make another one, and I'll make this one TRS-80 M4. Alright, and I'll call this TRS-80 Model 4 Basic. Okay. Basic. It's pretty similar, except I have to turn off the crunching. And I don't need to do anything weird in terms of K. I don't think I need to do anything weird in terms of changing the case of it. So, yeah, I mean, the thing about, TRS-80 Model 4 Basic is it uses CPM, uses basic version 5 conventions, so, which means you need spaces. Yeah, it's dumb, but whatever. Oh, yeah, that's right. TRS-80 L2. Okay. TRS-80 M4 the L2. Right. So yeah, I think this may take up a little bit more room because of the fact that it is longer, basically, because now there's spaces, so it's going to take up more room. But yeah.
Okay, so configuration, Model 4. 10/06/19. Time 2010. Formats. Double density, single sided, 40 cylinders. But yeah. Yeah, I know. Again, it's just kind of weird why, for whatever dumb reason, they're just like, yeah, we're gonna create something that's complete, like a new version of BASIC for the Model 4 that is completely incompatible. Well, not completely, but needless to say, it doesn't really can't read BASIC programs that were saved from before, and if you had actually removed all the spaces, it won't work. Yeah. Enhanced by LSI. Yeah, I wouldn't really call this enhanced per se. Okay, so now I get to sit here and wait for this thing to very, very, very slowly. So yeah, now I get to wait for this thing. Now I get to wait for this thing to paste in very slowly. Mm. Okay, so I guess the next thing I need to do is going to be Atari 8-bit. And yeah, well, and of course, Atari 8-bit again has an abbreviate is much like TRS-80 Level 1 Basic in that you can have abbreviations, which means that I will be. So yeah. But I think that's the only other thing that'll actually use the abbreviation routine. So yeah. But I will say this though, yeah. I mean, when you have spaces, it does make the code much more readable. I mean, again, yeah. I mean, oh yeah. I mean, TRS-80 Level 1 Basic. Yeah, trying to read that is like nightmarish. Just it's utterly nightmarish, which is one of the reasons why I have the whole which is one of the reasons I have the whole crunching slash abbreviation routine because, well, it works better. You can write readable code, and you can write easy to read code, and you get this out of it. Mm. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Atari 8-bit, TI-99, color computer, VIC-20, Apple III, plus C64 plus 4, C128, ZX81 and Spectrum, even though those I don't. And BBC Micro, and Auric, and MSX, and Coleco Atom, which is. Except with the Coleco Atom, I'm actually going to actually try to paste everything in this time. I mean, again, I want to make sure that you can actually paste stuff into it. So that will be just hideously terrible and annoying. Amstrad CPC, Apple 2GS, Amiga, Archimedes. That's still. That's still. I can probably keep doing this for another 2 or 3 hours potentially. So yeah, I definitely intend to do this again tomorrow night, but we'll have to see schedule wise whether I can do. You know, again, I mean, this actually, yeah, this tends to. Let me see, right? Yeah, this tends to be. I can be a little. Many times I can be rather busy this time of year, so we'll see. But I can definitely. But again, I can keep doing this tonight, and I should be able to do stuff tomorrow. But that's about it. But that may be it. Of course, if I'm not able, for whatever reason, if I'm not able to keep doing this after tomorrow, I will post whatever code I have. I will post on. I will post online. Just oh, okay. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. Whatever code I have, I'll post online at that point, just in case. Just in case. Hmm. Well, at least this one isn't. At least this thing can tokenize everything properly without suddenly being like, oh yes, I'm just gonna drop random lines. Mm-hmm. Just a few more lines it has to paste in. This is gonna be a long one. Okay. Say battle test slash bass one. I may as well just run it just to make sure, but yeah, it works. No, oh, wait, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that one works. Okay, so oh no, wait. Get rid of that. Close that up, and so just
thing here, and then I'll make this. I'll call this one Atari. Atari 8-bit basic. Yeah, normally you can paste in 114 characters, but there's a way to change it so you can get up to 120. So I'm going to set it up for that. Combine equals true. Crunch equals 0 because I do need spaces in there. Print is question is true. And yes, yes. So case equals upper. Or actually, who cares? Probably doesn't matter that much. 0, 1. Abbreviate. True. Right. Okay. So then we get our abbreviations. Okay. So I'll delete those. Now I put in. Okay, now I can put in the abbreviations for the Atari. Right? And I'll call this Atari.avd. Run that. And then. Oh, yes. Okay, so I got that. So that. Okay, so that. Then. Okay, and then I'll add another thing here, right? Add a poke statement to Atari pasted files to span the display. Right? So, basic type equals Atari and paste format. Final file equals. Actually, say poke 82 0 new line plus final file. Okay, so yeah, that right, because yeah, with Atari basic, Atari normally is only 38 columns, but you can expand it to 40 columns by typing in poke 82, 0. And so the way this will just automate that, right? So this should automate things completely, right? So it should be possible to do that without having. All right, so added Atari 8-bit def. Okay, DW RE. Okay, and so there we go, right? So at the beginning it has poke 82 0, and then it has, well, the first line of the code is poke 82, 0, right? 13, 12, 113. Yep. Okay. Okay.
Don't ask this cat. 37,902. And now, paste text. Hmm? Okay, I guess I'll have to redo do 0 and 1. Error 9. Okay, maybe just start the numbering at 1. I don't know. It gave me error 9 there.
Okay, yeah, so I changed the numbering to start with 1 for the Atari. Start numbering with 1. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that may be the case, because that was just... Okay, I'll see if it gives me an error message again.
Oh, wait, where is that? Oh, there we go. Basic. Okay. Okay, yeah, now let's try this again. If it doesn't give me an error message, then I'll know that. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Okay, that's
Maybe... Wait a second. I'll just revert. Yeah, maybe I'll just revert that commit. Mm-hmm. Reset. Hard. Okay. So, yeah. Okay, so that was... what is it? I keep having issues finding my windows on this thing.
okay. Give this another try. Yeah. Okay. So yes, I should just. So I just need to assume that that is attach basic. Okay. So I'm just going to assume that it's probably because of the length of that line that it's not properly doing. Yeah, I just have. Okay, so just just re-enter line one, I guess. Yeah, that must have been a little bit too long for it to deal with. Uh, 38. 38 error. Okay. Okay, quit out of there again.
Back into here. Okay, maybe I should just change the line length to 119. Maybe that'll make it work right. I guess 114, 112, 14, 112, 113. Okay. So yeah, that oughta. Hopefully this will make this work.
Hopefully. Paste. Okay, it seems to be working without error. So obviously 100 and obviously 120 was just a little too long. But 119, yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah, so it's no longer throwing error messages. So yeah, this should be work. So yeah, I think this works now. Okay. List. Okay, so that works. $33,954. 3948. 20% reduction. So not quite as much of a reduction, but it's decent. Anyway. So yeah. Okay, so hopefully this will work. Yeah, it should. So yeah, I'll have to see how well this thing works later, but after it's done saving, I'll check it to make sure it's working correctly. But yeah, this should be working. Yeah, so now that I have an Atari version, I can actually put this. I can actually do a post of. So yeah, I can. Now that I have an Atari version, I can definitely put a posting up on Atari Age, if nothing else. Because it works with Atari now. Well, unless of course this thing doesn't like stuff starting with line 0, in which case I'm gonna do this whole stupid thing again. But who cares? I mean, it's just bits. I'm just sending bits out to the world. Okay. Save tape. As Atari. Alright. Unload the tape. Now run. Oh! Mm-hmm. Magic cure. Okay. Mm-hmm. Magic, lightning, soldier 1. Mm-hmm. Items, potion. Okay. So yeah. Okay, so that works. Then mm-hmm. Okay, cold reset. Okay, so now I can load DOS up. Disk drives. Eject that. Create a new disk. Save disk as. Okay, so got that. So what is that? Format disk. 1. Yes. Okay, so format the disk, and then I can write the DOS files to the disk. Drive 1. Yes. Soon, hopefully. Okay, fine. So, let's do a cold reset. Okay, yeah, now I'm gonna do. Let me see where I can try the bookmark for that. So, okay, yeah, this is a thing I'm gonna write. This is a program that can copy that, and now I. Okay, now I paste it in. Okay, now I run this, and this program is designed to create an auto run file. Okay, so yes, it will write a autorun.sys to the disk and let the disk auto boot. So, okay, then I hit new, tape control, say, load tape. Okay, now I can load my basic file back in from the tape. And now it can. Oh no, wait a. Yeah, okay, that's correct. Okay, so yeah, now I can just. Well, let this thing load the tape back in. Okay. Okay. List. Mm-hmm. Save D1. Auto run. Bass. Okay, so save disk. Unload the tape. Now I can hit cold reset. And it auto booted. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so yeah, we got. Okay, so that is. Okay, so that's it for the.
So that's it for Atari. That's it for the Atari 8-bit. Hmm. Try this, right? So, time to start up another definition. This one is the TI-99. Alright, so I'll do TI-99/4A basic. And about 140 should be the length. Combine equals false. Can't crunch it. And can't shorten stuff to print. Right. Just do that. And numbering on this one needs to start at line number 1. But okay. TI-99. Okay, and then I go down to here. Right. Okay, so here we have a TI-99 version. And one of the interesting things about normal TI-99 basic is you can't combine statements, right? So you have to have one statement on each line. Now, of course, yeah, now the interesting thing is the fact this is not now I won't actually be using this. Okay. This one, I will not be using this one at all. So yeah, I mean, the way this is, no, I won't actually be using TI-99 basic. Normal TI-99 basic, okay? No. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the program, my battle test program doesn't actually work with normal TI-99 basic. So I'm just going to create another one for extended basic, where I do combine lines, right? And of course and the interesting thing though too also is it has this weird double quote or double colon for the statement to join statements together. I'm not sure why that is, but right. Okay. So when I do TI-99XB, right? So yeah, this is this is how it's looking with TI-99. As you can see, there's lots of all the double colons in there, just because of how weird and goofy the thing is. But yeah.
Okay, so last time I was using V9T9. This time I'm going to use Classic 99. That's true. He did. Right. Okay. Right. Vina. So yeah, I need to adjust this a little bit here. Okay. Then toss extended basic in. Oh yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Yeah, add that up. Now I can copy. And this, yes, Classic 99 has this nice little paste extended basic. So yes, it makes the pasting here way faster. Line too long. What do you mean line too long? Okay. Seriously? Okay, that's weird. That line's only 120 characters long. Okay. Great, now I'm gonna have to add in. Okay, so I think now I'm gonna have to add another little. Okay, maybe I can just. Let's just see. Let me just see how, like. How long. Okay. Let's just see. Mm-hmm. No, wait. Okay, I'll just see how long of a line I can actually fit in here. Nope. Still too long. Still too long. Nope. Still too long. What the? Seriously? Okay, obviously data statements with this can't be as long as normal lines. Let's just try the list. Well, that's the thing, though. Yeah, I mean, in 255, right? Yeah, I mean, this thing has no problems with the other. This thing has no problems whatsoever with the length of other lines. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's interesting. Yes, it doesn't care how long the other lines are within range, but not that one apparently. Oh, whatever. I'll just keep. I'll try to try to see what the maximum length of this line is, and then try to come up with a way to deal with that. Nope, still too long. Hmm. Nope. Okay. Why does it not like long data saves? Okay, that's good. Okay. Seven, 97, right? Okay, so 96. Okay, so yes, 96 characters is as long as I can make that. So it can do a data statement of up to 96 characters, or maximum length of up to 96. So
No. Okay, so maybe I should just... Let me see, right? Say increment in... Okay. Reformat data statement. Okay. Data statement length. Okay, maybe I'll make that... Data length equals none. I'll copy that. Right? Is that? With that. Okay, place those. Then replace that. Right. Place that. That. And data length. Place all. Okay. We have okay, I'll comment this out, right? And then equals 96, for instance. And I'll just do another comment here and just saying, this is for when you, or when a different statement link is needed. Okay. Copy that. Now, default equal. Data link is on right now. Yeah. Okay, so that should hopefully. So, yeah, that should work there. And add, say, data length. Okay, and then we'll compile basic defs. Okay. So let's just say basic defs dot data length is none. Okay. Then else or elif Hmm. It's not none. And data saving length. Equals basic devs data length. Okay. So, oh, that's true. I can delete that one. That's true. I can delete that. Can't. Actually, that's true. I can delete that. That's right. I should be able to delete that now. It's on here for abbreviation. So, okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Added shorter statement. Shorter date for TI-99. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. And now. Okay, there we go. Yes. Nope. Wait. -9. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Got to subtract 9. There we go. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, so now this should work.
Okay, so hopefully this will work now. But okay, so hopefully this will work. Yes, it works. Forty 21012 3476. Yeah, again, it doesn't lose. Okay, so let's try save dsk2 dot battle test. IO error 67. Okay, that's what do you mean IO error 67? Oh wait, that may be why. I think that's why, actually. Okay. Okay, so save dsk2 dot battle test. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, that works. So, save this thing as a wave file. V99. Okay. Okay, so that's it for that emulator. Okay, so yeah, I really shouldn't need that. Okay, so now I'm going to go into V9T9. This. What in the world? Uh-huh. What in the. Hey! What the is wrong with this thing? Oh. Yeah. V9T9 is a little flaky. Yes, V9T9 tends to be a little flaky. Let's try this again. Okay. Switch to disk manager. Disk manager. Yeah, V9T9 V9T9 is flaky because it's written in Java. Disk commands, initialize new disk. Yes. Proceed. Yeah, V9T9 is rather flaky due to being the fact it's written in Java. Yeah, I mean back in you go say 20 years back in time, like no one in their right mind would have written an emulator in Java. Of course, nowadays you get people who are writing emulators in JavaScript. And then there's the Commodore 64 emulator, which emulates the transistors of the 6510. It emulates it by transistor by transistor, and it's written in JavaScript. It's like, that's sort of an exercise in just how can I make the slowest possible emulator that could ever be written. You don't get much. Literally, there's no way to write it any slower than JavaScript. I mean, JavaScript is slow, even though it can be pretty fast. I mean, Visual Studio Code is written in technically it's written in TypeScript, but still, that gets turned into JavaScript. Yeah, I mean, I don't. That's the thing though. I don't use Chrome because Chrome just it's generally its customizability is just horrible. I mean, I've had things set up in a certain way that I've been using forever, and their whole you can't, for instance, you can't have the bookmarks be on the left side and I'm used to that, so it's just one of those things where it's like, and Google just keeps saying, no, we will not ever allow you to do any customizability of this. So yeah, I'm stuck with Firefox. Okay. So extended basic. And okay. Old CS1. Okay. Here. Press play. Oh wait. Well, actually, this should work. Select this. Nah. Yeah, I know it's one of those things. Yeah, maybe I should have actually tested this version this just to make sure it worked before going through all this effort. But whatever. But not the, but at this point, no. I mean, this program basically is pretty good. Stop. Enter. Save dsk1.load. Run. Oh yes, TI-99 basic. Really slow. Really slow. But still. But yeah, I don't need to do that much in way of testing. Oh, okay. But yeah, so that works. Okay, so that works. So yeah, I can.
So now I can. That's okay. So now I can copy this one. Yeah, and just do this as Vic20, Commodore Vic20, Vic20 basic. All right, now the basic line length with the Vic20 is 87. Oh, wait a second. Actually, I just completely forgot about that, but that's true. I probably should, say, do that, right? Yeah, just had to change something real quick, right? But, yeah. The VIC-20 has a somewhat longer line length, physical line length in the computer, so I can make that 87. Combine true, crunch 1, print is... Yeah, I mean, beyond that, everything else is the same. Added VIC-20 def. So, 2020. Yep, and here we go with this. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Let's just see if I can do this thing without needing a memory expansion for this. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the original version required a memory expansion, but I'm pretty sure this version will not need a memory expansion. free 0. 509. 3072. Okay, so that's 3072. Yeah, okay, 429, and and once you actually run it, it takes up another 400 something bytes, which means this actually should save battle test. Which means that this should actually work without. Which means this thing should run without a memory expansion. So yeah, I mean the original version of this required like a 3 kilobyte memory expansion, whereas this thing will run on an actual unexpanded VIC-20, which is pretty good considering these things only have like 3.5 kilobytes of RAM. So yeah, okay. Then we're going to attach an empty disk image. Save battle test. Press a key. Mm-hmm. Yep, this seems to be working. Okay. Come on. Okay, there we go. Mm-hmm. Items. Items. 0. What? Print free 0. 80 bytes. Yes, it only has 80 bytes left after that, but it works. So yeah. Okay, so actually I can update my README on that now. Okay. I can pop back over here and I'll just do make this. Alright, so now I'm gonna move on to the Cocoa, right? Candy color basic. This I think. Okay, yeah. 252. If basic line length is none.
Because this technically doesn't really use paste format now, does it? Crunch is 0. This thing needs to requires spaces. But and that's about it for the cocoa, I think. Okay. Cocoa. Cocoa. Okay, now I go here. Mm-hmm. Okay, so okay, so that should. Okay, yeah, hopefully that will work. Anyway.
So print mem 14631. Now load cocoa C load. Okay, so now we can load the now. Okay, so yes, now we can load this thing up. Okay, print mem 11298 3333. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Sometimes, again, these things just get kind of annoying in terms of the fact that they list. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then set output tape. Cocoa. Cocoa.cas. C save. Battle test. Okay, now run. Press a key. Mm-hmm. Check lightning. Mm-hmm. Magic cure. Mm-hmm. Items, potion. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, that one works. Now I can. Okay, so now I can switch over to disk extended color basic. Okay, yes. New disk. Coco.dsk. DSKINI 0. Input tape. C load. Okay, so now I can load this thing back. So now I can load this up. Save battle test. Now I can save to the disk. Eject the disk.
Okay, so I'm gonna jump back over here. Okay, so here I'm just gonna make another copy of this one real quick. I'll just call this Coco 3. Coco 3 basic, and then I'm also note. This is a temporary definition. It will probably be deleted at some. Yes, this one. Basically, it's the same thing, but I'm gonna set print as question to false because yes, I'm setting print as questions to false. Just yeah, I mean the way I transfer stuff. I basically load essentially from an ASCII file into like an earlier model Coco, and then I save it out as an ASCII format tape, and then I load that in the Coco 3 emulator. Once I actually have have properly working. Huh? Wait a minute. Oh wait, no, wrong file. Okay. But yeah, but once I actually have, once I find a disk editor, once I actually find a disk image editor for the Coco 3,
And once I find an actual Coco disk editor, then yeah, I won't have to worry about that anymore, and I can delete that thing. But until then, I'm just using this temporary thing here. But yeah, I mean that will eventually be deleted from the file. Who knows? Yeah, I mean, who knows? I may be done with this thing by tomorrow. The way things are going, I may very well be done with all this stuff by tomorrow. Hmm. Which would be very cool. And yeah, definitely keep doing this for another hour and a half. Save transfer in ASCII format. But yeah, it's true. Yeah, I mean, the right things are going. Yeah, I'm definitely making more quicker progress with this stuff. So I may, and if so yeah, and so if I am able to finish this, and so if I am able to finish all this by tomorrow, then yeah, I mean, then who knows? I mean, who knows? I may actually have this stuff. I may actually have the source code actually like given to the world by Tuesday evening, probably. Which would be good, yeah. Okay. Print mem 24872. Fig. Tape. Browse. Play. See load. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, one person was commenting on my YouTube videos about tape speeds with this, and yeah, I've kind of noticed though. Yeah, I mean, the counter kind of climbs and then it pauses and then climbs and pauses. I mean, but it only does that when it's loading a tape from it's an ASCII format. And again, the problem with VCC is there's no real way to paste stuff in. Um, Actually, there is a way to paste stuff in, mind you. I just don't want to do that. Just a, it's just a pain to do that. Okay. Print mem 21476 3396 3396. Mm-hmm. Eject or record Coco 3 dot gas C save battle test. Mm-hmm. Yeah, now this thing of course saves much, runs through the tape. This thing saves much quicker overall. Eject and run 80 columns. Yes. Yeah, the cool thing about the Coco 3 is the fact that yeah, it has a double, like much like the Commodore 128. It has a, I mean, the interesting thing about the color computer basically was each of the models was sort of designed to compete with a different Commodore computer, right? The original color computer was designed to compete with the VIC 20, the Color Computer 2 was designed to compete with the Commodore 64. The Color Computer 3 was designed to compete with the Commodore 128. And yeah, I mean, the fact is, this has like a, this thing has 80 column mode, just like the just like the Commodore 128. It also has a double speed mode, just like the Commodore 128. But the interesting thing about the double speed mode on this is it works in slower modes. Whereas with the Commodore 128, it had to turn off the VIC to do that. So I know this game is so stupid. Well, calling it a game, it's not even really a game. It only took like a couple hours to write this stupid thing, so yeah, I mean, it's not much. There we go. Cure. Items. Potion. Items. Go back. What? Okay. Let's load. Okay, now I need to. Okay, and then hard reset. Disk extended color basic. Okay. Yeah, VCC's a little weird. Okay, and that's a JVC. JVC single-sided 35 track. Yes. Okay. C load. Yeah. Yes, it loads up pretty darn fast from tape. At least when it's, tokenized anyway. Okay. Yep. Save. Battle test. Sure. Yeah, okay. So that's taken care of. Okay, so so I think I'm gonna take a quick break here. Back in a few minutes to I'll be back in a few minutes to start working on the Apple III to start working on the crunched Apple III version. Okay, so I'm going to start the Apple III definition with the Apple II definition, and we may as well, right? So, say Apple III Business Basic. Now, as far as I know, I think I can use, like, pretty much, at, like, maximum length line, right? So that would be 252. And if I'm going to make that 252, then there's really no point
do anything else. Combine lines. And I shouldn't crunch this. This is definitely one of those versions of BASIC that, as far as I know, it reacts poorly to... As far as I know, it reacts rather poorly to spaces, or lack thereof. Okay. So... Yeah. Okay. And so here we go with our Apple III one. So, yep, that should do it there. Oh, wait.
Okay, so now I can swap. Okay, so now I can switch back to the emulators again. Oh, but that's true, yeah. Okay, so yeah, so this, what is it, so this time I'm going to be using a somewhat newer version of Business Basic to the version that I was using before. Right, this is, which means I need to, again, do a little bit of work to the disk to make, because again, there's, yeah. Oh, well, of course, one interesting thing was the fact that it used to be that that pasting into an Apple III would mess things up, but I submitted a patch to the MAME source code that was accepted, so... Oh, that's great. Okay, well, that's great. Okay, wrong key. Yeah, okay, so yeah. So it used to be you couldn't, like, shifted things from... It was... The problem basically was it used the Apple II home, like, number keys, essentially, or the shifted versions of those, but apparently used Selectric, right? I mean, they said, oh yes, it appears to use Selectric, which I'm like, Selectric? Yeah. Seriously, you could, I mean, it's like Obi-Wan, you know? I haven't heard that name in a long time. Yeah, I haven't heard the word Selectric in a long time. Okay, so let me make that Business Basic HD and do that. Okay, file handling commands, list files on drive 2. I know, yeah, now I know one of these disks was kind of full. Oh, one block available. Okay, yeah, that's full. Set write protection. So say .d2 slash, and yeah, the wildcards on with Apple sauce are weird. You have to use like equal doc, right? I'm gonna. So this should select all the documentation files on this disk, and no to unlock. Escape. Delete files. Yes, update the directory. Yeah, I mean, again, I wouldn't have to go through all this rigmarole of course, I wouldn't have to go through all this crap if the, the actual, well, if floppies worked on this properly on this thing, but no. I mean, floppy disks have been broken with this emulate in pretty much every version for the last 5 years. Okay, 35 blocks available. Okay, that's good. So, system configuration program. Read a driver file. .d2 slash sauce.driver. So this will load the driver. This will load the sauce driver off the main or off the business basic. Okay. Delete a driver. Or do I need to delete any of those? Console, R232 graphics, silent type, audio. Okay, actually I don't have to delete it. That's when I think about it. D3 CF140A dot driver. Generate new system. .d2 slash sauce.driver. Delete, yes. Right, delete anyway, yes. October 12. I love that. I know it doesn't know what year it is. Well, of course, it makes sense that Apple software from the 80s wouldn't know what year it is. I mean, yeah, the Apple Lisa famously could only actually deal with dates up to 1997, which was being generous. Which, mind you, was being pretty generous, right? Oh, okay. Okay, so now I can load this up. Version 1.23, copyright 1980-1983. Cat slash transfer. Okay, yes, just want to make sure that's working. Print free 189,948. Yeah, 189K. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of RAM available. Okay, so now I copy this. And if this thing doesn't like stuff, doesn't like lines starting with 0, I'll know it pretty quickly. So, okay, so just copy. Now I paste it in. Okay, so now this should work. I hope. I hope this works. That's the thing. I'm not sure if this thing can actually use lines they're quite this long. But yeah, I'm not totally sure if this thing is able to use lines this long. Or how it will react. We'll see. I mean, but hopefully this will work well. It's amazing. Yeah, I can basically fit like it's pretty amazing. Yeah, I can fit a randomize a thing that randomizes clear screen routine 20 then like was it 26 variables or something, a for loop, a read, next, and then like an actual print statement and a couple more print statements all in one line. Yeah, I know. And again, I get that whole annoying thing where, again, the pacing. Yeah, the way the pacing works with MAME is just weird. I mean, it's like, yeah, it sometimes paces properly, but sometimes it doesn't. It's all based on whether you have caps lock turned on or not, basically. Yeah, I mean, it's again, MAME is not necessarily an ideal emulator for anything. Like, but with this is the only option. Like literally, I don't know of any other emulator that really works with the Apple III. The only other emulator I know of is Sarah, which hasn't been updated since last, which hasn't been updated in over a decade and only ever really, I think, only worked on Mac OS. I'm not even sure if that thing even worked on Intel Macs, to be perfectly honest. I mean, or maybe it did work on it. Maybe it did have universal binaries. I'm not sure, but yeah, I mean that. But needless to say, though, yeah, it's been like, and even then, getting this thing working in MAME, it wasn't working until about 2014, and then they promptly, and then as part of their let's make disk emulation better, they promptly broke its disk emulation, along with disk emulation for pretty much every other emulator. Yeah, you know. And I do have it now. Of course, trying to get now I know now I should it should be pretty easy to get stuff put into this like as normal file, like as a text file. But I mean, I have an idea, you know. But again, but as far as I know, there are no one, there are no basic tokenizers for this, and I'm not even sure if anyone knows the basic tokens for this. But I I'm thinking though that yeah, I mean that in future. But I am thinking that in future, probably what I'll, you know, if I try to do some other kind of version or something like that, that involves, you know, disk editors and the like. But yeah, I think if I do another version, if I do another version, yeah, that yeah, you know, once I get all the disk editor stuff going, um, yeah, I think at that point I'll try saving it as a text as essentially a text file, and then I'll do it, and then I'll exec the text file. That should, I think, work. Well, I mean, I know with the Atari, for instance, you can use the enter command to, you know, you can list something to disk, but then you can also enter something from disk. Or actually, I don't know. Maybe I remember looking through some disks for this, and I think there was something that could actually convert from AppleSoft Basic into this. So that might also be another option. Because yeah, I mean, there's actually a decent amount of software out there for this computer, but just most people don't know it exists. Most people have never tried to run any of it, but I don't think that'll really be an issue. I mean, it should work pretty nicely using the exec, I think. Well, and again, I think you can do the same thing with Apple too, but there are, you know, honest to God tokenizers for Apple too. Mm. But still, this is almost done now. So yeah, I mean, I can kind of yeah. At this point, I'm starting to see why very few people have been looking at this. Probably because again, I mean, look, I mean, apparently, yeah, this weekend there's Ludum Dare, so yeah, I mean, in all honesty, yeah, it would be much. honestly, if anyone who decides to watch this thing, it's like, yeah, I mean, if it's a choice between watching this and watching like somebody doing stuff with a game jam, yeah, I would urge people to. I would definitely urge people to watch the game jam stuff. Okay, so yeah, get to get to repaste this stuff in. Okay, enter. Okay, now I do this. M. Wait. M. Uh, Now I can paste this one back. Paste this in. Okay, that should do it, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Of course, there's no more pretty printing with this because, well, it's friggin' ridiculously insane. But yeah, um, print free 187.024, 2924, 2924. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of noticing that or whatever. But yeah. Okay. Save slash transfer slash battle dot test. Run. Press a key. Mm-hmm. Yep. So this is working. Just waiting. Mm-hmm. Come on and hit me. There we go. Finally. Yay. Oh, okay. Well, quit. Okay, so that's okay. So that works now. So close that out, and mm, no wait a sec. Actually, Yeah. Okay, file manager. Toss that in there. Okay, there we go. So, device handling commands, format a value, d2 slash battle.test. Formatting. And now it continues. Yes, and I gotta love though too. Of course, this thing, yes, is 6 October 81. Yes, this thing thinks it's 1981, which is just kind of hilarious. Formatting successful. Okay. Quit. Right. Yeah, whatever. Who cares? Okay, so now I head back into sauce 3 or sauce 1.3. And eventually it will load. There we go. Okay. Day 3.po. Business basic. No, no. Yes, thing's goofy. File handling commands. So, okay, copy dot d3 slash sauce dot kernel to the files d2 slash sauce dot kernel. Yes, and this seems to think it's 1987 now for whatever weird reason. Yeah, I know, seriously, dates on this are just screwy. Well, I mean, honestly, at the time they probably assumed that that by the time you got to 1987, no one would be using the Apple III anymore. Okay. Sauce.driver. Sauce.interp. So I copy the main basic program, the actual basic interpreter. Now slash transfer slash battle dot test. Hello d2 slash hello. Okay. List files. D2. All directory levels. Uh-huh. Okay. So now I can load that up. Read only. Reset. October 6th, 2000. This is serious. This thing does not know what year it is. It just seems to randomly choose years just based on whatever it feels like. But here we go, right? Yep. So that auto boots and
Okay, so copy pick 20, right? So yes, now it's time to do a couple Commodore ones. Say I do C64, Commodore 64 basic, maximum line length 80, and line equals true crunch. Yeah, okay, so mm-hmm. It's C64 def. Mm-hmm. Okay, line 46. Okay, so
now I. Okay, so now I can. Mm-hmm. Print free 0. Yeah. The old negative number. Mm-hmm. Print free 0. 29, 774, 35, 35, 761. 3147. Okay. A list. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Alright. So, yeah, okay, so, yeah. So, create its empty tape image. Say battle test. Press record. Okay, so now I can save this, but again, this won't take as long as it did originally. And yeah, I think from here on out, though, I think the next few things, I think for C64, C1 plus 4, and C128, the actual definition is essentially identical. I mean, they all have an 80 character pace limit, so But yeah, they all have an 80 character pace limit. Yeah, I mean, I'll make copies of them, but it'll be more just so I have aliases for them essentially. So yeah, you can just type in +4 or C128 or whatever. But yeah, I mean, all of them are basically Commodore 64, and in the end, actually, all for files, especially when you get into actual files, or like when it actually does tokenization. Mm-hmm. Magic lightning. Ooh, nice. Cure items. Mm-hmm. Okay. Quit. Yeah. Okay. So that worked. Okay.
Switch back to this one. No. Close out of there. And I'll just make a copy. +4 or +4. Hmm. Plus +4 basic. Which is essentially the same. Oh wait. Then I go down to here. Mm-hmm. But yeah, overall this should work pretty similarly. Right. Yeah, it's still kind of weird how you get that weird like judder going on with this. Print free 0 57 620 3049. Mm-hmm. Yep. About the same. Okay. Mm-hmm. And record. But yeah, I mean, so yeah, I just got a Commodore 128, and then I get into the ZX. I get into Sinclair Basic. Fun. That's gonna be fun. That may actually take and actually Sinclair Basic may very well take up the rest of the night. There's actually, yeah, there's a pretty good chance that Sinclair Basic will take up the rest of the night. In all honesty, yeah. But still, then I've just got after that I got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8. Yeah, I mean, I've only got about a dozen more versions after that. After Sinclair Basic, I've only got a. Oh, well. Of course, one thing about Sinclair Basic is the fact that, yeah, I mean, for the. Yes, for the ZX Spectrum, I'm going to have to. Again, I'm going to have to. I know I'm going to have to write some additional code in there just to deal with the fact that the Spectrum uses space. Instead of go to and go sub, it's go space to and go space sub. Um, so I'm going to have some way to fix that. And so I'm going to have to come up with a way to fix that. Yeah, I know, seriously. The plus 4 just has some kind of weirdness going on with its tape saving. It always takes longer to save in this thing. Okay. Plus 4.d64. Run. Press A key. Attack. Mm-hmm. Magic lightning. Oh, nice. Okay. Cure. Items. Potion. Oh, okay. Well, whatever. But yeah, it works. Of course it works. Yeah, of course that thing works.
Okay, so now again, let's copy that. C128, Commodore 128. Added C128. Yeah, I don't know why. It's just yeah, going back. Yeah, doing a typo with that. It's almost like yeah. I mean, this is all of these Git commits I'm doing here are none of those are going to really technically survive. None of those Git commits are really going to survive into the main repo. I mean, I'm doing this. Yep.
So here we go with. Okay, 58109. Okay, copy. Paste. Okay, so. Right, 30. 55061. 30, 48. Huh. 30, 48. Huh. Interesting. Hmm. Okay. Oh, whatever. Oh. Oh, wait, actually, no, that is actually the case. Okay, so create and attach. Yes, yet another empty tape image. But still, this is the last of the Commodore stuff, so yeah. But still. But yes, then so the next thing after this is the ZX81. But luckily, this is going to be a lot quicker than it was last time because I don't actually need to change any. But this is going to be a lot better than it was the last time because I'm not actually going to have to really change anything, right? The code is there. The code is there, the code works, so I don't need to do anything. And so yes, I won't actually have to do anything I shouldn't have to do anything, yeah, I mean it's I mean, last time that took like 2 hours or something like that because of the fact that I had to basically painstakingly convert it to be, I had to painstakingly convert the program, whereas this time I won't have to do that. Save. Battle test. 8. Run. 80 columns. No. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Magic. Cure. Items. Potion. Mm-hmm. Quit. Okay. Then maybe run it again. 80 columns. Yes. Okay. So. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. It works on that one as well.
Okay, so now I can. Let's just say this is a ZX81 Sinclair ZX81 basic. Okay, yeah, now this is actually cares. Actually, that's true. This, yeah, ZX81 and Sinclair Basic is kind of weird. It uses a 16-bit number for the line length, and so I can just set the basic line length to 65,535. Okay. Effectively, it does. It can just combine stuff however it wants. Combine equals false. For the ZX81, that needs to be false. Crunch equals 0. Print as question equals false because it's being run through a tokenizer. This don't be doing that. Yeah. Okay, and save. Okay. Added ZX81 def. Okay, so... Oh, no, wait. Oh, that's true. There's also something else there. Oh, that's true. I also should, That's true for ZX81. Just say, if basic type equals ZX81, then, final file name equals say plus out dot b81. Let's just say right, and then else. Okay, yeah, because yeah, what is it? The tokenizer that just check that too, right? Okay. So yeah, the tokenizer that 81, which is the emulator I'm using, its tokenizer basically, if you pretty much need to call it a V81 file for its tokenizer to actually work correctly. So, so yeah, so this should work, right? Okay. Set ZX81 file name correctly. Then yeah, PW81 81.bas. Now Alright, open this up. And there we go. So go to 0, which makes sense. So yeah, go to 0 makes perfect sense there. Now I load up 81. Oh yeah, that's true. I need to check what the free RAM is like on this thing. Fifteen 461. Okay. Check the tape manager, yeah. Okay, so let's just open tape. There we go. Okay. Now, load. Run. C/0. Okay, it just gave me an error. Okay. I don't know, maybe I'll... And spacing basic type equals bascom or basic type equals ZX81. Maybe I'll try this. I don't know. Add a space in. Add space between line number and line for ZX81. Yeah. And there we go. So yes, now we have a space in between the line number there. That's good. So let's just see if it works now. Load. Run. Press enter. Okay, so that seemed okay. So that fixed it. So let's just see if this works properly. Okay, so that works. Attack. Soldier 1. Okay. Magic. Lightning. Soldier 1. Hit you for 5 HP. Magic. Cure. You have been healed for 267. Stew. Attack. Soldier 2. Okay. Item. Potion. Missed you. Missed you. Items. 0 to go back. Quit. Quit. Okay. You won 2 times. Okay, so that works. No. Okay, yeah. Am I supposed to save that as again? T81. Okay. Okay, so load that in. Oh, wait. Fast. Oh, wait. Oh, actually, that's true. Gotta do that, right? Gotta check the RAM usage on this. Probably gonna be almost the same, or possibly the same. Well, actually, it won't. Actually, it will be less, just because of the fact that yeah, it will. It should be less. Yeah. China 498. 4963. Yeah, I mean with this it's more 11% smaller. Yeah. Yeah, it's not yeah. Okay, fast. Oh, wait, that's right. Say tape manager, new tape. Then poke 16389 comma 68. Then go to 275. Go to 275. Press enter. Okay, it saved that.
Okay. So, no. Oh, wait. Okay. Gotta create a folder. ZX81, T81 file. Save. Okay, so now I can.
Yeah, now for the CX Spectrum. Is that out? Okay. So now we get ZX Spectrum. Let's call it a ZX Spectrum. ZX Spectrum day. Why do I keep saying Spectrum? Okay, combine is true. And yeah, that should do it for that. Maybe for basic type, say. Maybe I'll change that to starts with ZX. That'll make that work a little better. Oh yeah, there's one other thing I want to do, right? I want to make this all. I want to make everything here nice and I want to make everything nice and compatible between versions of basics. So, say ZX Spectrum laziness feature. Place. Place. And go sub with go to and go sub. Right? So, basic type equals ZX Spectrum. For index line and enumerate working file. Working file index equals re dot sub. Go to plus re quotes comma go to line. Okay. Okay. And do the same thing, except you go sub and go sub. Get that right. Combine true for 0. Okay, so yeah, ZX Spectrum laziness feature. Yeah. Okay. Added ZX Spectrum depth and laziness feature. Oh wait, crap! Forgot about that. And I completely forgot about that too. Basic type equals ZX Spectrum dot B82. Okay. Added ZX spectrum file type. Okay, so ZX spectrum. Okay. ZX spectrum dash out.b82. And there we go. Yeah, so now everything's combined like crazy. Yes, 374 characters in that line. But actually, that is fine. But that's actually okay, so. But yeah, that's actually perfectly fine.
Okay, so here we go with 81. Configuration. Back to the spectrum. Oh yeah, and again, check the spectrum free RAM. I gotta love auto hotkey. Yeah, of course it doesn't have print free, so E840. Okay. Open tape. Yep, there we go. Load. Run. Nonsense in basic. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe he had a space there. I don't know. Maybe he needs more spaces. Added. Okay. Whatever. Okay. And so now that's 410 space characters. But yeah. Okay, so that added a space. But okay, so that added a space in there.
So hopefully this time it will work. Yeah, I mean, when in doubt, with this I'm figuring, when in doubt, add spaces. Load. Run. Nonsense in basic 04. Okay. I don't know.
Add another space. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of. It's gotta be. Okay, so we'll just add another space in there. Added yet another space. Okay. Wow, even more spaces. 446 character long line, yeah. It's pretty incredible.
Okay. Hopefully this time it works. Otherwise, I don't know. Otherwise, I'm not sure what the. Otherwise, I really don't know how to make it. Otherwise, I'm not sure how I'm going to make this the tokenizer in this program like this. Press enter. Oh, it works. Okay, it likes me. Okay, it likes this. Cool. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I mean, I know there's other, tokenizers out there for this, but I don't want to mess with those. I'd rather not mess with other tokenizers as of right now. I really don't want to mess with other tokenizers. I mean, again, I know there's other programs out there that can tokenize this stuff, but still, the way I'm doing this, it's just easier to do it this way. Come on. How long until somebody hits me? Man. Crud, this is taking forever. Are they ever going to power up? Again, that's why I added powering up, because otherwise this... Yeah, there we go, finally. Okay, there we go. Okay, well, whatever. Quit. Oh, wait. Okay. So, yeah, I guess I have to reload that again. Mm-hmm. Load. Okay, and now I do this to get the... So I can find out what the remaining free RAM on this thing is. Yeah, I mean, I will say this about this, though, yeah. I mean, it was actually kind of interesting how, I mean, most versions of BASIC use an 8-bit number to essentially say how many bytes are in a line, but Sinclair BASIC, they went whole hog and decided to use 16-bit numbers for that. Which means that, essentially speaking, that means you can have a line that's 64 kilobytes long, which is bigger than the... You could have, which there really isn't enough room in RAM for that. Okay, so there we go with that. So, tape manager, new. Save. Line 0. Okay. Anyway. Oh yeah, and that's true. I also need to save. And then I need to save it again. Okay, so there we go with that. Okay. Okay, so interface 1. Micro insert new. And format M1 or no battle test. Mid M1 battle test. Yeah. Okay. Open. Load. And then save. M1. Run. Line 0. Okay. Hard reset. Run. Press enter. Okay, so there we go with that. So save that as microdrive.mdr. Disk Opus discovery interface. Yeah. Disk Opus insert new format. Alright. Format. Yeah. So now I can. So yes, now start. So I can format this. Okay. Load. Okay, save. Asterisk. M1. Run. Line 0. And this will hard reset. Run. Okay, so save opus disk opus.opd. Save. Okay, and peripherals disk. Turn that off, and then a disciple interface. Disk disciple. Then okay, then run. Okay, there we go with that. So I loaded the insert new format D1. Yes, I'm sure. Okay. Okay, and then save D1, sys3d. Oh, and again, I gotta check the keyboard, right? Code is I. Code 0, 66, 56. Okay. Tape. Load this. Save D1. Auto load. Line 0. Line 0. Okay. Okay. Hard reset. Run. Okay, so that one works. Disciple.mgt. Now I do the plus D. Insert. Okay, run. And now I insert a new disk. Format D1. And format this disk. Yeah, I'm not I mean, that's the thing. I don't know much about the way a lot of the weird disk formats and stuff on this thing, so. There are a lot of weird, seriously. I mean, the whole point is the Spectrum was all about audio tapes. Just pretty much almost most people used audio tapes, and that was it. But there were various disc formats out there. They had their own weird, stringy, floppy microdrive thingy, and there was the Opus, and the Disciple, and the Plus D, and the Beta 128, and then the Spectrum Plus 3 had its own disc format, which actually was used to some extent. Okay. Save D1 plus sys2a code 8192, 6656. Okay. Then this. Okay. Save D1. Auto load. Line 0. Okay. Now hard resets. Run. Okay, and so that works. Save as plus D dot mgt. No, wait. Okay, then I go Beta 128 interface. Randomize user 15.3. No, actually, Actually, that's true. No, I want to open that, right? Load. Okay, then. Oh, no. Randomize user 15360. Insert new disk. Format. Battle test. Mhm. Okay, and then save boot line 0. Okay, and then hard reset. Randomize user 15360. Run. Okay, and so that works. Save as trdos.trd. Okay. So I can turn that off. Select the +3. +3 basic. Z. Okay, set it to load from the tape. Load. Okay. Loads from the tape. Now I put a disk in. Format a. Okay. Oops. Disk. Line 0. Okay. Hard reset. Then loader. Okay. And so that's it for the +3. And so, yeah, that's. So after this, basically, I've got the BBC Micro, the Auric, the MSX, the Coleco Atom, Amstrad CPC, and then Apple II GS, which probably. Yeah. I'm not even sure if I'm really gonna need much with that. I'm not sure if I'm really gonna need to do much of anything with that. The Amiga, I know I'm gonna need to do. Amiga and Archimedes are going to require a couple. They're going to require the Amiga and the Archimedes are going to require some. So yeah, the BBC Micro shouldn't That should not be too difficult. The Oryx should be pretty simple. The MSX should be pretty simple. Uh, the Atom, again, that shouldn't be too awful. Even though it may take some time to really make all that stuff work right, but still. And then the CPC should be pretty easy. 2GS is, I'm not sure if I even need to do anything with that technically, but I may as well. The Amiga, I'll need to do. With that, I think I need to change the file name in New Line, and the Archimedes, I'm gonna need to change the New Line and file name, or file type, or whatever. Uh, yeah, and then there's a GW Basic version, but yeah, but then Quick Basic and Windows Free Basic are compiled, so I'm not gonna have to do anything special with those. So yeah, I should be. So yes, I should be able to finish this I should be able to finish this project tomorrow, which means that hopefully either tomorrow or definitely or maybe by Tuesday at the latest, I can actually get the source code up. I can get the source code for this thing released. So yeah, guess that's it for tonight, and see you next time.